Okay, we're here to do an experiment. This is my 2002 Pontiac Trans Am WS6 that I bought brand new. Still have it. All it needs is a paint job, classic car. But the stereo, the original stereo, is pretty much shot. I played it pretty loud and the woofers are I guess they're ripped. They sound pretty bad. So I figured, let me try putting this little system in my car. I've never done this before. And that is PA speakers, portable PA speakers that I've reviewed many times on YouTube. So we have on the passenger floor right there, the Bose S1 Pro, 103 dB. We have a subwoofer, and that is the PreSonus Eris 8, 113 dB. The subwoofer is being run on a battery, external battery called Grant Maya. The S1 Pro does not need a battery, it has internal battery. Now, I just want to tell you, I don't know anything about car audio. I'm not one of those car audio pros. I know nothing about it, never put an aftermarket system in my car. I've always used the stock system, and now that that stock system is at the end of its time, I'm going to try this little PA rig. Now, I'm sure I'm not the first one on YouTube who has done PA speakers in a car, but for myself, it's the first time. So here's a look from the driver's seat. And I must say, there's something in this car that I don't think they sell on the new cars, and that is an equalizer. I really enjoyed that when the system was working. There it is. A couple of bands of EQ that you can do immediately. Now everything is touchscreen, so that's sometimes old technology is better than the new, right? And there is my famous Corvette hat and the story that goes along with it. I was at the Chevy dealer looking at the 2023 C8 Corvettes, and the salesperson came along and said, "Are you interested? Can I get you to take one home today?" And I said, "Well, actually, all I can afford is the hat." So that's what I came home with. But actually, the Trans Am was considered a 4-seat Corvette at the time, same engine. But we're not here to talk about cars, right? So here is the Grant Maya. There's the external power running the sub. And I have the sub facing me, and I'm going to be controlling it with my hand, the volume. And I have a dB meter. We'll see how loud it can go. So this is going to be an interesting little test. Are we ready? Before we do that test demo, let's go over some of the procedure here. So this subwoofer is only $200 on Amazon, 8-inch woofer, but it puts out 113 dB. It's not made for a car. It's actually a studio subwoofer. It's not even made for mobile use. It doesn't have a handle. It's made for a small studio situation. Anyway, it does not have an app of any kind. So I'm going to be using the old technology, and that's called the hand app. When you see me do this, turn it up, the subwoofer is engaged, 12 noon, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. When I turn it down and take my hand off, that means the sub is muted. One more time. When you see me go over with my hand, I'm engaging the sub, bringing it up, 12 noon, 3 o'clock, maximum 11. When I bring it down and take my hand off, the sub is muted. I think we're ready. I hope you heard that, YouTube. 91.4 dB. That's not extremely super loud for PA speakers, but I'm going to be honest with you, the limiting factor was the S1 Pro. I had that pretty much on max, and it couldn't go any louder. Maybe it was the track, I'm not sure. But the subwoofer, that thing was just jaw-dropping. I never use foul language on YouTube, but on this case, I might have to. Here it goes. Holy fiddlesticks. That was incredible. At 12 noon, it was thumping. At 3 o'clock, it was just amazing. But at actually, when it went to 11, it was too much. It just was, overpowering. So this is a kind of an incredible little test here. And I'm sure the Bose S1 Pro could play louder. I think it was just that particular track maybe wasn't recorded out loud. We'll try a different track. I'm still recovering from that experience. I don't know if it translated to YouTube, but this little 8-inch woofer, it sounds like dual 18 inches. I'm telling you, I am just amazed. Again, the only limiting factor is the S1 Pro at 103 dB. Still sounds great. Maybe you can put two of them in a car, but 91.9 dB. It's pretty loud. Nothing like what I can get at home with other PA speakers, but this subwoofer, I am just amazed. For $200, of course, you need some type of external battery pack. It's not going to run by itself, but I think this is an incredible solution for car audio. But then again, I'm sure people that are into car audio are going to think otherwise, but everybody's welcome to their opinion. I'm not about to spend a lot of money on car audio when I spend all my money on home audio and mobile PA gear. So this is an alternate solution. What do you think of this setup? I know I need a paint job. No one comment on that. But when I get a paint job, this thing is going to look brand new. Anyway, people have asked me, why do you spend so much money on portable PA equipment? Why don't you just invest in hi-fi for the home? Well, I do have hi-fi for the home. I guess that could be other videos, but I'm much more into being able to take my system and move it wherever I am. Go to the beach, go to the park. In this case, I'm just in a nice secluded spot where I'm not bothering neighbors. So this is what I enjoy doing. So let's hear how it sounds in this environment. Of course, now that we're outside with no reinforcement, now that S1 Pro is really going to struggle. We got some traffic noise behind me, and that subwoofer will be it'll no longer sound like an 18-inch subwoofer, I can guarantee it. But let's see how it sounds. Here's the connections on the back. S1 Pro is battery, internal battery power. You don't need any kind of power for that. I have a 1/4 inch cable from the throughout of the S1 Pro. And that cable goes from 1/4 inch to RCA. And then I have an RCA splitter into the input of the subwoofer, left and right. And that gives you about 3 dB more gain on the sub when you use the splitter. I have the gain of the sub at about 12 noon. You don't want to push it too much. Some of those tracks I was just playing, I saw the woofer really pushing hard, so you don't want to damage your woofer, so I turned it down a little. And I control the volume from my source, which is iPad or iPhone. Very easy connection. And there is the Grant Meyer powering the subwoofer. $180 on Amazon. 300 watts. Has no problem powering this little subwoofer. Okay, wrapping this up. This was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done this, and I think it was definitely a success. That last track, I don't know if you noticed or not, but it was recorded much differently than others. The others two that I played inside the car were much heavier bass, and it didn't have a lot of high end, but this track had some really nice bright high end, and the S1 Pro was extremely loud. I was amazed. And so that S1 Pro didn't let me down, and here we are outside. And you know how hard it is to play even a speaker outside, and here we only have one top and a small subwoofer. Total price, the S1 Pro is now $700. The Eris 8, $200. $900. Of course, you have to add the $180 for the external battery pack if you want to play it outdoors. One cable. Pretty nice little mobile system. I'm very happy. Okay, hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be playing some more tunes before sunset hits. Hope you enjoyed. This is Bill.